Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, TikTok. Welcome to the chat. It is Monday morning, July 29th, 2024, and you are watching live with LWL, Lindsay with Love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am excited. I'm happy to be back with you all. I miss you guys over the weekend, so I'm super happy to be back on a Monday. Every Monday morning, I'm looking forward to this, as I do every single morning. Good morning, Carson. Welcome to the chat. We are talking all things. Good morning, Lucky J. Welcome to the chat. We are talking all about Rendar. Welcome to the chat. Timeline shifting. It seems to be a big topic of conversation, and I have some stories to share. And we are going to talk about living in the simulation as well. You guys know I've been reading a book about the simulation, and I think it's quite interesting. So I'm going to give it a few minutes for TikTok to tell my community that I'm live. By the way, if you're new here, please say hello. I broadcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a computer right here that I'm looking at, making sure I'm good on YouTube. I'm also streaming live on YouTube right now. So if you need to go, you can always catch the replay or whatever you missed on YouTube. I don't know, maybe an hour or so after I'm live. Welcome to the chat, Anthony. Welcome to the chat, KC Craft. Welcome, Lady Fifi Productions. Welcome, Oh My UC. Nona, welcome. Ellie, welcome. Sunshine, welcome. All right, I'm going to get going. It's already 9:08, and we have things to talk about. So let's do it. Welcome to the chat, Bo. If you're new here, please say hello. Please say hello. I broadcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I broadcast Monday through Thursday, where you can come hang out with me this evening. We chill, we vibe. It's nothing like this. In the morning, we talk energy. In the evening, we chill out. Hello, Bo. Welcome to the chat. Candace Waters, Jackson, welcome to the chat. Jesse, welcome. Ashley, welcome. Rebel, welcome to the chat. It's nice to see you again. I haven't seen you in a minute. Okay, so let's get going. Let's get going. I'm going to open up my notes, so make sure I talk about everything I want to talk about. Give me one sec. Oh, boy. Lindsay. My fingers don't want to work. How are you guys feeling on a Monday morning? Are you a little tired? Or are you feeling good? What's happening in your world? Thank you for the likes, Bo. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so today, once again, we're talking about timeline shifting. I also heard a new phrase called timeline sliding, a little bit different than quantum jumping, which I would say is like when something hits in your reality that really shifts your reality quickly and in a big way. Quantum jumping, right? Quantum leaping, however you want to call it. Frequency shifting, a little bit more intentional. I would also call frequency shifting the same as like timeline shifting, because ultimately you are on a different frequency. So you're going to be magnetizing and attracting different things into your timeline. Or you can say it another way is I've shifted into a new timeline where my life is different, better, whatever. There's something called timeline sliding. I can't say sliding this morning. And I was introduced to that last Thursday or something. I was listening to, good morning, Rowan. Good morning, Laura. Welcome to the chat. Hey, Laura, welcome back. Hey, Rebecca, welcome back to the chat. And thank you for the likes. I'm glad to see you guys here this morning. I love it. Timeline sliding, which is a little bit much different than quantum jumping, sort of like frequency shifting. I think they could kind of be used interchangeably here, where you basically kind of think about some timeline that's rather close to what you're living now. So there's just a small, slight shift. And rather than jumping in, because jumping seems like quite a big thing to do where everything changes fast, you're just sliding in. You're picking that one little shift, and you're literally kind of just nudging yourself into the next frequency, into the next timeline. On Snapchat, what? Hold on, Laura. I don't know what you're talking about. Give me a second. Thank you for the likes, Rebecca. Good morning. Hey, girl. Happy Monday. On Snapchat, I don't think I should add him back right away. Laura, what are you talking about, my friend? What are you talking about? All right. Good morning, Samantha. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. All right, let's keep going. Laura, maybe help me understand what you're talking about there. Okay, so I want to talk then, how do you know you're evolving into a new frequency? I think this is important because you'll know. And if you're aware enough, you'll super know, right? And if you're a little bit unsure, but you're asking yourself the question, then I would assume it's pretty likely that you are, right? So how do I know I'm shifting into a new frequency? How do you know you're evolving? My weekend was great. It's above my comment that says on Snapchat. Sorry, Laura, I missed it. It's lots of scrolling, so I'm going to just keep going. But if you want to retype it, go ahead. If it's an intuitive question, ask yourself the question. Is the answer yes or is it no? If you're asking me, it's probably the answer is no. Samantha, my weekend was great. Thank you for the likes. Welcome to the chat. I feel so happy because on Mondays, On the weekend, I miss you guys. I genuinely do. But I love the weekends as well because it gives me time to really drop into my own energy and integrate into myself. And I had a very wild weekend. I'm not ready to share the whole story with you guys because I've been with my partner all weekend and my little dog, and I want to take time to like digest what I experienced. But when I go into meditation today and I get some clarifying information, I will share. And it was wild. It was so wild. All right, let's keep going. So how do you know you're evolving into a new frequency? Well, first and foremost, you might start having different desires, right? All of a sudden you are inspired to do something different. Maybe you're inspired to dress differently. Maybe you're inspired to speak differently, carry yourself differently. You're inspired to stop doing things you used to like to do. Maybe you're inspired to do things that you've never done before, right? All of these are kind of indicative moments where you would know, perhaps I'm shifting into a new frequency. So you're not taking part in certain activities that you used to. You speak different, you're carrying yourself different, you're dressing different. And it's not that you just have this desire, it's you're actually implementing the desire. Okay. So it's a little bit different. It's not like, oh, I just want to do this thing. It's like you've really stepped into and evolved into this newer version of you, so to speak. Okay, so that's one way you will know that you're evolving into a new frequency. Hello, Miss Moving On. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for all the likes, you guys. We're already at 800 likes. I've only been broadcasting for 5 minutes. Go on. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. What else would tell you that you're shifting into a new frequency? Well, people around you are changing. Not changing. People around you are evolving. They're growing. They're shifting into a new frequency. So remember, we're all cut from the same energetic cloth, right? We all have the same foundational energy. And so if you are spending time with somebody who's really working on their spiritual growth, spending time with somebody who's really personally developing, they've just got a promotion, they've just met the love of their life, they're becoming healthier in the way that what they consume and what they eat and what they feed their mind, then you, my friend, because you are spending time with them and are closely connected to them, are likely shifting as well. The other option is you resist your own shifting, you resist your own evolution, and then you perhaps stop spending time with that person so much. All right, Laura, my FWB that I'm super connected to from 4 years ago added me yesterday. I think I had to say it differently. I mean, the way I see it, any of those, that's a situationship. And if you actually want it to be something more, then before you even talk to that person, outline the boundaries that you want, outline the relationship you want, Laura, because otherwise you're going to go back into the same crap from 4 years ago. So if you actually want something with that person, then I would say, I will let you back into my life if we are actually going to try this, if we're actually going to be vulnerable with each other, if we're actually going to like do the dang thing. It's a good, of course it's a good idea. I mean, you're never going to get the relationship you want, you guys, if you don't vocalize the boundaries you desire. I would like to be treated this way. Do not cheat on me. If you do, I will leave. I expect our relationship to be respectful. I expect us to help each other grow. Da 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 da. Oh, he's engaged, then don't talk to him. Block. Like, why would you even entertain that? That's not the best karma, in my opinion. Like, why is he adding you? I don't know. Block him. He's bored. He wants that last little excitement. I don't know. I'm not him, but I would block. Tra 716, thank you for the share. What's up, Kara? You're awake this morning. Welcome to the chat. True. Yeah, I don't really roll like that. I think it's a bad idea, and karma will always find its way back to you. So if you wanted to set yourself up for good karma, you make good choices, right intentions, right? Thank you for the follow, Tra 716. I think I'm saying that right. I hope. All right, so let's keep going. So other people notice you're shifting, or other people close to you are shifting. So people will say to me, holy cow, you're popping off. Oh my gosh, you've changed. You've grown. Oh my gosh, all of a sudden you have XYZ. All of a sudden you're doing this consistently. Da 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 da, right? Yeah, because I'm shifting frequencies. You, my friend, because you're connected to me, get to catch my wave and ride it with me. And that's why every day we set the energetic wave together, right? We set the energetic wave because we are shifting frequencies. I know I'm in the middle of a shift. I have had the wildest confirmation this weekend that I'm going to integrate, and I would probably share it with you maybe next week. I don't know. Let's see how I feel. And so that's another way you will know if you're evolving into a new frequency. Another way is people will notice it and tell you. Quite honestly, they will straight up come up and tell you. People that you don't know will be like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. I love your outfit. You're getting compliments. People are staring at you. They don't know why. People are talking to you. They feel compelled to talk to you. It's literally, they feel compelled. It's not like they just want to come talk to you for the sake of it. It's like they have to tell you. You know what I mean? And there's just this aura about you where they notice something is quite different. Maybe they can't put their finger on it, but they have to like share, like, you're really changing, you're really growing. Or people will DM me and they're like, oh my gosh, like you're going to the next level. I can see it. I can see the energy change. I can see all of that. Oh my gosh, you guys have been talking kind of out of my throat, mostly my chest this whole time without my hands here. Okay, I'm gonna bring my hands back so I can keep my voice into my heart and slow down. I get excited on Mondays. I do, because I miss you guys. All right. But I honor my schedule because I do need rest from going live and teaching and all that stuff. So anyway. All right. So the next way you know that you're going into a new frequency is your awareness becomes stronger. All of a sudden, you're noticing things you never noticed before. And it doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I saw that this red car parks next to me every single day. It's not like that tangible. Deborah, welcome to the chat, my friend. It's more about like, you notice people's energy. You notice people when people are off. Maybe your smell is heightened, your sight is heightened, everything appears more vibrant, everything appears more crisp. Perhaps you're seeing energy. I see energy on the walls when I'm in a really high vibration, right? And so there's many ways with your physical senses that you will start to notice you're in a new frequency. And your awareness, it's just this awareness. All of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, something is different here. Not in a bad way, but like you could just read the room easier, stuff like that. Deborah, welcome to the chat. Good morning. Thank you for the sweet comments and notes on about your report. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I was wondering if you were reading it over the weekend, and I was like, Tip Loves, welcome to the chat. It's been a while since I've seen you. Ayana's back in the house. Welcome, welcome. All my OGs are here. Hey, Steph. Hey, James. So many people in the room. We are talking about timeline jumping, timeline shifting, quantum jumping, frequency shifting, raising your vibration. All rather synonymous with slight subtleties in their energy, right? And we're talking about it. Excuse me, that was weird. We're talking about it because everybody seems to be talking about it. And so I'm like, well, I might as well help you understand what it is. Thank you for the heart me, Rebecca. Count you in. Deborah, well, you are definitely... Oh, you are so sweet. Deborah says, I recommend you guys all get the Soul Purpose Report. Yeah, so what Deborah's talking about, you guys, is I read a report called the Your Soul's Purpose Report, looking at the strongest energies in your chart based on your astrology birth chart, your natal birth chart, as well as through July, I'm looking at your human design as well. And the report really shows you how to step into your strongest energy. It is me viewing you from your highest expression, what you really came here to do, and what those strongest energies are, and how you can use them to fulfill your soul, right? Fulfill your soul. Because I think a lot of people, especially right now, the veil is lifted, more people are awake, and they're wondering, there's this nudge, this kind of urge, this feeling of like, I know I'm here for something more, but what the heck is it? Why am I actually here? What am I doing here? I know I'm meant to be here. Okay, so that's your soul's purpose report. Through the end of July, I'm also looking at your human design. So it's like an extra 2 bonus pages basically around your human design energy and what your soul is nudging you to learn so that you can master what your soul desires to master, and so you can communicate it out into the world. And when I looked at this information on my own chart, I was just like blown away. And so, yeah, thank you, Deborah, for the compliments and the comments. I appreciate it. It's a powerful place. It's a powerful report. It really is, because I look at you intuitively and from your highest self. And so if you need clarity, or like, I think I'm here for this, but I'm not quite sure, the report will help you. And if you are like, I know that I have a calling, and you need the confirmation, when you're viewed from your highest expression, when somebody looks at you from a soul level, it's really empowering. You step right into, hopefully anyway, you might be a little bit excited, a little bit nervous, right? Because you're like, holy cow, this is how powerful I really am. Yes, of course, right? Yes, of course. Your soul wants to shine. Your soul wants to break free and shine and lead the way. And that report hopefully empowers you to do that. So thank you, Deborah, for the kind words. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm sorry I made you cry, but I hope it was happy tears. Welcome to the chat, Judah. Welcome. Thank you for the likes, Rebecca. Very, very scary. Is strong as it looks at who I am. Very, very scary is strong. I think you're missing some words, Deborah, but I'm not sure. Good morning, Judah, coming in with the energy. Vinny, thank you for the likes. Welcome to the chat. Good morning, Melly in the house. All my people are here. I feel so loved. All the newbies, if you're here, please say hello. Rebecca giving me the smiley faces. Okay, let's keep going, you guys. By the way, if you're interested in your soul's purpose report, oh, okay, let's see. Deborah says, yes, very, very scary because it says, I'm so very strong. And I cried 3 times happy tears. Yes, it's the truth. You are very powerful, my friend. And I'm telling you guys, your energy isn't going to lie. Your birth chart is a roadmap. Your human design is a roadmap. It's a blueprint. It's the treasure map, so to speak. And so it's not like some fictional thing out of a book. It is your energy. And when you figure out how strong you are, when you realize how strong you are, how empowered you are, it becomes very kind of, I think, exciting. I would say exciting, first and foremost. I felt excited. I was like, thank you, because now I know exactly what I'm meant here to say. I know exactly what my soul wants me to learn. I know exactly how to use my energies in their highest expression. And I'm doing it, and I feel so good. Hello, Kara. Hello, Charlotte Marie Design. Welcome to the chat. I already cut my grass. I'm having coffee. Melly, already have so much done in the morning. Welcome to the chat. I've never had my chart looked at before. I'm so curious. Rebecca, you may want to check it out. I'm urging you guys, if you're interested in this, to check it's the first link. Click the link in my bio. It's the first link. I would buy it, get it now before the end of July. Why? Because through July, I'm offering those 2 extra pages around your human design. And so if you want those 2 extra pages, for me, that was like the confirmation. It was like the icing on the cake, right? So if you do want those 2 extra pages, then please get it before July, but it's not going to go anywhere. The report will always be available to you. It's just this kind of like limited time promo around those 2 extra pages. All right, let's keep going. Vinny9, welcome to the chat, and thank you for the likes. Did I miss somebody? Moto? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So your awareness becomes stronger. Another way you know you're evolving into a new frequency. You're welcome, Rebecca. You're welcome. The last thing I would say that you know you're evolving into a new frequency is you feel lighter. And I'm not talking, it kind of feels like a weight is released, but you feel lighter in the way you move, the way you carry yourself. Your thoughts become lighter. You're less like mumbo jumbo in the brain, right? You're not kind of in this chaotic headspace. You may not be interested. It's very likely you become uninterested in low density things, lower vibrational things. Like when I had my awakening, I immediately stopped watching murder mysteries. I used to be like addicted to investigation discovery. I was so interested in all these crimes. And then when I had my awakening, I was like, I'm literally being entertained by somebody's very tragic life. Like, this is so sad. And I immediately stopped watching. I can't even like stomach watching those shows anymore. I used to fall to sleep to those shows. So something like that. Or, I mean, I sparked my awakening by going on a raw vegan kind of diet cleanse of sorts. And I haven't eaten meat since then. So it's been 5 years. I grew up meat, potatoes, didn't think anything about eating meat. And then I did this cleanse for 18 days. And then I just never ate meat again. I'm not interested. I'm definitely not even interested in the taste of it. I'm not interested in like, even like Impossible or like the fake meats, even the taste, like the beef taste or the meat, chicken and barbecue, not interested. It's not to say it's bad. It's just a switch that you may notice. You may notice things don't taste the same. You may not enjoy things as much. Like some days now, especially as I'm shifting, like coffee just tastes gross to me, which feels weird to say, but it does. You may start to taste chemicals in the food because your frequency is higher. And so everything is heightened, including your senses, right? So you might start to actually taste the chemicals. I can't drink soda. If I drink pop, soda, whatever you want to call it, Coke, I drink it, I'm so grossed out. I can taste the chemical. I'm grossed out by the sugar. It grosses me out. So those are things you might start to experience as you're shifting into a new frequency. So once again, just a quick summary. You may have new desires if you're shifting into a new frequency, and you'll integrate them. So it's not just a thought, you actually start becoming your new desires. Other people close to you are shifting and they know they're shifting, like me. So you're connected to me right now. So you're likely shifting. That's why you're interested in this information. People will notice that you're shifting and they'll tell you. They'll straight up go into your DMs and be like, holy cow, you're glowing, you're popping off. They'll tell you to your face. Strangers will talk to you on the street, talk to you about how pretty you are, or compliment your outfit or whatever. your awareness becomes stronger, right? You'll start to notice things you haven't noticed before, and it will typically be around energy. Things are brighter. Things are, you smell stronger. You can recognize the energy when you walk into a room. Your aura is talking to another person's and you trust your intuition, right? And lastly, you feel lighter. You don't want to consume the same things. Mental consumption, I'm talking mental and, physical consumption. So Deborah says, I really think I'm feeling more electricity from head to toe tingling. Yeah, that too, right? Physical sensation. Your body may tingle. You may feel a lot of energy around the crown chakra. You might feel Kundalini rising. You will feel the energy quite literally moving in your body. Okay, so many different ways you'll start to notice your shifts. If you're, oh, that was weird. I think it's sounds like electricity, but maybe it's a bird or a bug. Sorry. Hello, Posh Party Kits. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Hello, Christy. Welcome to the chat. So you will, you may, especially at the beginning of your awakening, you may experience random moments of vertigo. You may experience nausea. When your energy is moving very strongly for the first time, you're like, what's going on? And you might feel sick, physically sick, but you're actually not. It's just your spiritual awakening. You may feel tingling. You might see twinkles out of the corners of your eyes. You'll see, for me, it was really around like seeing things brighter and clearer, having those moments of vertigo, feeling a little sick sometimes. Nothing in my life changed, but these were just the kind of symptoms I experienced. Okay. So if you're asking yourself, if you are thinking about maybe your life is shifting in some way, and then you were to come to me and say, am I moving into a new frequency? I would say, well, because I'm saying this because my sister and I had this conversation this past weekend. I think it was Friday, Thursday morning, Thursday night, Friday, whatever. She says, sis, am I moving into a new frequency? And I said, sis, what do you think? We're texting. I said, what does your intuition tell you? And she says, I don't know. And I said, yes, you do. And she says, well, I just feel like I'm wanting to dress differently and I'm wanting to talk differently and I'm wanting to act and carry myself differently. And I said, well, then confirmation, you're moving into a new frequency. And if you think and you have the question, am I moving into a new frequency? Well, where did that question come from? And why would you have that question if you weren't, in fact, moving into a new frequency? You guys, I'm going to open the shades a little bit. It's kind of dark, so give me a second. There we go. A little bit better. Yes, very trusting your intuition is so important. Yep, exactly, Rebecca. You've got it. And as a spiritual guide, I guess I could call myself, I like to call myself an energy artist, because what I really do is look at the energies in your life in the highest expression, and I help you create them into your reality. So I think that's kind of a form of art. I also look at where you might be stuck. Especially if you're like a one-on-one private healing client with me, we're going to look at where you're stuck, and I will project perspective shift you into the highest version of you. I absolutely will. I will not stop. I won't give up. We'll take it as you integrate your energy, right? And so remember, you guys, when you're frequency shifting, you're going to oscillate between kind of the original frequency and the new frequency, and it may take a little bit of time. Time is our friend in this 3D world. When you can embrace the idea that time is your friend, you will be able to use time more efficiently in your life. Okay. Tony says, that was the best explanation ever because I've been wondering. Making sense. Hello, Spirit Chaser. Welcome to the chat. Thank you, Tony, for the compliment. Hello, Janetta Rose. Welcome to the chat. Trocha says, this is so insightful. Exactly what's going on with me. Thank you for explaining. You're welcome. Thank you, Janetta Rose, for the community fest. I appreciate you. Thank you for the likes, Rebecca. You guys are already at 4.5 thousand likes, and I've been broadcasting for 23 minutes. I appreciate all of you so much. So much. Thank you. Okay. So when you become curious about something, I always say there's a reason we become curious about something. There absolutely is. And assuming that thing that you become curious about is for your soul's growth, for your soul's evolution, for the good of humanity, assuming you have the right intentions and motivations inside of your heart, I would always recommend you follow that curiosity. There's a reason you're curious about it. Okay. Hello, Christine Taylor. Welcome to the chat. Hey, Ayana. Thank you for the likes. Posh Party. Thank you for the likes. Janetta Rose. Thank you for the lightning bolts. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a sip of my spirit. You guys, this is spirulina and Ultima. So electrolytes and spirulina, super healthy, feeling so good every morning when I drink this. Thank you for the lightning bolts, Janetta. Thank you. So now we know, because everyone's talking about timeline shifting. They asked me, do you think we jumped timelines? Do you think things changed when everything happened with Trump? Well, yes, of course, right? It was a big shift. Something was meant to happen and it didn't, right? Or what some people wanted to happen and it didn't. I shouldn't say something was meant to happen. I don't believe that. I don't believe that we should be going around hurting humans, our own people, our own energy. I think it's wild and crazy. I don't know why we're still doing this in 2024. Yeah, Janetta, please ask your questions. And as always, I'll try my best to answer. If it's something that involves like, will I get back together with him? Then maybe people can ask your higher self question, because I can't. I prefer to connect one-on-one with people with questions like that and clarity questions. But if it's anything else, go ahead, please. And I'll let you know either way. And if I don't have an answer, I'll say, I don't know. Because remember, you guys, I'm sharing what I've learned along my spiritual journey, which started in around 2019. And I don't have all the answers. I'm learning as I go, and I'm seeking the truth as I go, just like everyone else. So I'll do my best, as always. Okay, so then let's talk about confirmation of timeline shifting. How do we actually know we're timeline shifting? How do we know? What's the confirmation? What's the confirmation? I think there's a couple different ways. I think we know and recall a timeline shift. And I also think there's some like deja vu moments and we lose memory and we know we shifted, but we don't exactly know when, how, or why. So I think it's twofold. We'll start with the easier one, which is one that I can feel like I can kind of explain more. So I think we're always timeline shifting, because I think timeline shifting is us evolving. Just let that integrate for a second. I think timeline shifting is just us evolving. Not just, it is us evolving. Because I used to live in Los Angeles, which I felt was a rather technologically advanced city, decently forward thinking. And then I moved to South Carolina. And in some moments in this state that I live in now, I feel like I live in like 20 years ago. So how does that even make sense? Like I'm living with like very kind of old feeling things compared to where I used to live. Well, last summer I visited Tokyo. And when I say that they're living into the future, it's way advanced, like wildly advanced. Wildly compared to LA. Way compared to here. So aren't we already all simultaneously living in different timelines? I think the answer is yes. And I think that those big moments, like everyone's talking about timeline shifting because of Trump, and we're not talking politics here. That's not my forum. I'm not interested at all. It's not my niche, but everyone's talking about it because of what happened with Trump. Well, because that was a world event, we noticed it, right? We noticed it. Let me get to the comments. Janetta says, for the past 5 nights, I kept dreaming that I'm traveling and I keep getting distracted. Good morning, Margaret. Welcome to the chat. Jenna Frog, thank you for the follow. By the way, you guys, if you're new here, I broadcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk all things energy, manifesting, astrology, and winning life, playing on the energetic game, not flopping around like humans in the physical world, because that's not how you win at life. You win at life by knowing how to use your energy. And if you're interested in learning your strongest energies, make sure to get your Soul's Purpose Report, because I'm including 2 full bonus pages this month through July 31st, midnight Eastern Standard Time, around your human design. So start learning your energy so you can win at life. I promise you, you're not going to win by grinding and hustling. Grind, hustle, corporate ladder climb, whatever. You're going to win by aligning your energy and your strongest powers. All right, let's keep going. Janetta says, regarding timeline shifting, I've noticed that this past one, it seems like those newly awakened are noticing things that I noticed years ago. So yes, I agree. We're in different timelines simultaneously. Yeah. So Janetta, interestingly enough, I kind of just answered the question as I was speaking and you were typing, right? Yeah, of course. So that's the important part to remember when you're awake and when you have people that are just now waking up. If you are fully awake, if you really resonate with the law of one, that we're all the same source energy, that we all vibrate at the frequency of love, but just some of us are a little bit lost. We're still asleep. We've had different experiences, different challenges, and all those things that are important for your unique soul journey, my unique soul journey. When somebody does come to you that's awake and is very excited because they just woke up, rather than being like, I knew that forever ago. And Janetta, I'm not saying this is you at all. I'm just saying in general, hold compassion, right? We have to hold compassion and help nurture those people that are just waking up, that have woken up in the last, say, year or in the last month or today, even listening to this. They're like, wait a minute, right? Then we would extend a ton of compassion and say, yes, you, my friend, are finally on the right path. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to see how your life evolves and unfolds and grows in so many beautiful ways. Yeah, right? And I mean, if you think about Neville Goddard, or you think about Bob Proctor, or you think about even Esther Hicks, or you think about Carla, oh, what's her last name? Channeling the law of one and Ra and Quo from the 1970s. It's not like you're brand new, you're creating the wheel. No, it's always been there. It's just that more and more people are finally waking up. Yeah. Yeah, I would assume that, Janetta. I would assume that, right? But just a reminder to everybody, we have to, because, you know, depending on where you're at in the journey too, you might still have a little bit of an ego grip and say, well, I already knew that or whatever. We're not in competition. I used to think the only person I'm in competition with is myself, but I'm not even in competition with myself. There's honestly no such thing as competition in this world, because Mother Earth shows us that the universe is abundant for everybody. And if you were in competition with yourself, then there would be some sort of level of like shame or guilt associated with that. Like, yesterday's Lindsay wasn't good enough and today's Lindsay must be better. I don't know. Monday morning thoughts, you guys. All right. Yeah, we're in different timelines. Love and light, perfect response. Did I miss what you said about the dreams? Janetta, the dreams. Okay, so the dreams where you're disconnected or you're having a hard time. Yeah, well, the distractions, maybe I would say just keep trying. When you fall asleep at night, ask yourself and ask your guides and your higher self and your angels and your spirit team, ask them, quite honestly, say, you know, in my dreams tonight, will you please let me get a little bit further and not be so distracted? Will you let me wake up and remember what I was dreaming and all those things? It's a connection like anything else, right? I always tell my clients, when you're building the connection with your higher self, you have to make the first move. When you're building the connection with your spirit team, you have to make the first move. What would the first move be? Maybe something like, what's your name? How long have you been on my team? How old are you? What do you like? Where are you from? I mean, you might get some answers. What is your name is a pretty good, easy one to start off with. Pretend you're out on a Friday night at a festival with your friends and you see the cute person across the room. What would you go up and say? Hi, I'm so-and-so. What's your name? Right? And so you have to start to build the connection. And if you're not somebody who's used to making the first move, well, get out of your comfort zone, because you are the one who has to make the first move. You absolutely have to start to build the connection with your higher self, God, source, universe, creator, love, your guides, right? I have 4 guides that I know of now. And the way that I found them out and learned about them was because I asked their names. Yeah, you're welcome. So same thing in dreams, same thing, because I have dreams like that too, where they'll cut me off when I'm dreaming and talking to them. By them, I mean the people in my dreams. I'm asking questions about their world. I'm asking questions like, why am I here? What time is it? They'll get a little bit frantic. It depends on who it is. So there you have it. All right, so if you're asking yourself, am I going into a new frequency? The likely response is yes, because why else would you ask yourself that? Why else would you ask yourself that, right? Let me take a moment. I do think we're all living, once again, this confirmation of timeline shifting. I think the obvious one is, yes, we're already all living in different timelines, because Tokyo is living in a way different timeline than us. If you've been there, you know the way that city works, first and foremost, how polite the people are there, how they will stand in a line on a street, but they will not be rude or rambunctious. They won't punch each other. There's no fighting. How clean it is, but there's not a garbage can in sight. It's very interesting. And then you go to a place like LA where there's trash everywhere. It's a little bit of a hot mess, especially now. And then you move to a place like South Carolina where it's like you've gone back, like I feel like I've gone back to like the 1990s sometimes living here. So it's very unique. I also think a timeline shift can be very simple. We talked about timeline sliding at the beginning of this conversation. Think about timeline sliding is you're looking, say you drop into meditation and you ask, like, what are some timelines around me that I could easily slide into, right? and maybe you get some sort of downloaded message, or you get some inspiration or some clairaudient channeled message into your ears, or you get a vision, and it shows something as simple as like you sliding into a timeline where you, let's use a very example that's tangible, where you're exercising more frequently, and you get that message, and then you could, in meditation, just simply say and visualize yourself kind of energetically shifting, and just say, I would like to slide into that timeline. Now, it's not that big of a super obvious thing. It's obvious because it's tangible. We're using our physical bodies to exercise more, but that is a timeline shift. If you were to stick with it and that's part of your new routine, it's a timeline shift. Anytime you add something to your new routine, to your daily habits, it's a timeline shift. It just seems like, because we're humans and we want everything to be big and in our face and immediate and all those things, it seems very like whatever. But energetically, on the energetic game of life, even the smallest energetic shift becomes wildly transformative in the physical world. That's why you must, if you want to win at life without getting burned out. By the way, you can win at life by hustling and grinding, but you'll probably burn out. Maybe you cause illness in your body, you become sick or whatever because you're tired. So if you want to win at life up here without the burnout, without the illness, without the tired energy, without questioning yourself all the time, without chaos in the brain, you have to start learning your energy. That's just like rule number one. So Erica says, good morning. JCW Motion, good morning. Janetta, thank you for the heart me. Thanks. Welcome to the team. Okay, now you just answered my dream questions. It's like me sliding into timelines. I've been intentionally trying to slide into a timeline. Well, there you have it. There you have it, Janetta. Maybe well, and we're going to get to premonitions in a second, because interestingly enough, somebody talked to me about premonitions on a live last week. They were having dream premonitions that they wanted to stop. And of course, as my life goes, I'm reading a book. The next chapter is all about premonition. So we're going to talk about it in a second. I'm going to help you guys understand how to open that channel more. But of course, you already know the answer. Deborah, you're so sweet to me. Yeah, you guys, if you're interested in this, by the way, I host a Cosmic Collective. It's actually a community group where you can, there's a community board where you can connect with other members. I do a spiritual lesson a month. I do a channel message for the collective each month. And we do a spiritual chat where you get to come live with me on Zoom. So it's not over TikTok where I'm just talking to you. You actually get to ask me questions, personal questions about your journey, anything you need help with. And there's a great group of people forming. We just launched 2 weeks ago, you guys, I think 2 weeks ago. So we're building up, but there's a handful of beautiful people inside of that collective if you're interested. Amazing, Cha-Cha. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you for being here. And by the way, in the last 15 minutes, we are going to start the energetic wave. So before you go, make sure to check me out on YouTube. You can search Lindsay with Love, or @I am Lindsay with Love is my handle on YouTube. And you can get on the energetic wave with us. It's a lot of fun, and it's going to set you up to have the best day every single day with me. All right, so come back. Make sure to hit the follow button so TikTok tells you tomorrow morning I'm live in action. All right. So it's as simple as timeline shifting. Is as simple as you no longer speak to the same people you used to. You switched jobs. You lost connections with people. You probably played a sport in high school, and now you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and you don't play that sport anymore. Now, some of you will, okay? So that's meant to carry on in your life. But a lot of us, we played a lot of sports in high school, kept us busy and whatever. Our parents kept us out of trouble, blah, 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 right? And so now you don't play them. Timeline shift, no big deal. You aren't dating the person you used to date, timeline shift, right? Changing your style, timeline shift. But I do think there are timeline shifts we don't recall for some reason. And I'm going to share one with you. You're welcome, Cha-Cha. Have a great, great day. Remember that handle is I am Lindsay with Love, or you can search Lindsay with Love on YouTube. And the energetic wave will start in about 10 minutes. So yeah, Deborah, thank you so much for your sweet compliments. Deborah is in the Cosmic Collective. Deborah is in the Manifesting Club. You guys, the Manifesting Club is opening again August 1st. So I will finish writing those Your Soul's Purpose reports with those 2 extra pages through July 31st. And then wham, bam, you're welcome. You have the option to get into the Manifesting Club for only $11 a month, you guys. It's like getting a Planet Fitness membership. Instead of going to the gym, you're manifesting with a group of high vibrational, super powerful people. So when the energy is coming together in that group, ooh, We pop off. It's so much fun. So you may want to hit the follow button anyway, even if you don't want to come back and watch me live tomorrow and the next day and the next day, because you want to know when the Manifesting Club opens. Okay, let's keep going. So why don't we recall these timeline shifts that seemingly happen? So I watched it's kind of perfect timing. I watched a TikTok video this morning as I was checking my notifications, and I saw a woman talking about how a couple of days ago she noticed a paint mark above her refrigerator that had never been there before. And she was like, I timeline shifted, because where did that mark come from? And it's like way up on the ceiling. You would have to climb up on the counter onto the refrigerator and like intentionally just make a mark. It doesn't make sense, right? And she's like questioning herself. She was asking her husband, do you remember seeing this? I think this is really strange. Why am I seeing this? I want to tell you guys my story that happened to me so bad, but I need to integrate it first. You're going to lose your minds. Maybe it's a Friday morning story, because Fridays, I love a good Friday morning, right? Don't you? Okay. Thank you for the follow, Vinny. So she asks her husband. The husband's like, I don't remember ever seeing that either. She goes to a video that she recorded a week ago, maybe. And the video shows the back of the fridge, no paint mark from a week ago. Now she's recording paint mark. Now you could say she went up there, she made the mark, she wanted to make a TikTok story because everybody's talking about timeline shifting. Sure, she could. How do you know? I don't know the answer to the question. All I know is I do think we do shift sometimes and we're not aware of it, and there's no really rhyme or reason. Maybe our vibration shifted just enough that we went back to a certain moment or jumped forward to a certain moment. I have a story that this weekend reminded me in my memory of an experience I had about, I would say it was before my spiritual awakening. So maybe 2018, we'll go with 2018 for the sake of it. It doesn't quite matter. I was at a friend's house and new people that I didn't know, I hadn't met, were coming into the house. We were just hanging out. And a guy walks in and he introduces himself to me. And that was it. Hello, nice to meet you, whatever. And we're all talking, hanging out in the living room, just chatting. Thank you for the follow, Tarot Readings by Jules. Thank you for the follow. And we're chatting. And in conversation, it comes up. By the way, I've always been so like interested in astrology. You guys know this. This is why I started studying and working on astrology for people and helping them become more aware of themselves. And conversations talking, and I go, well, yeah, obviously, because you and I are both Pisces. Now, this is a new guy I had just met, say, 20 minutes ago. And he looks at me, and then everybody kind of looks at me, and they go, how do you know he's a Pisces? And I said, well, when he came in and we met over by the sofa, when he walked in the door, we shook hands, and he said who he was and said he's a Pisces. And they were like, that never happened. And I was like, what? It took me a moment. So I sat there and listened, and they're like, that never happened. He did not tell you he's a Pisces. And I looked at him, I said, well, are you a Pisces? And he said, well, yeah, I'm a Pisces. That's why I think it's weird that you know I'm a Pisces. And I said, well, I know. Once again, it was like kind of the circular conversation. I said, I know because we just walked in. And they're like, you did not. Like, we did not have that conversation. And so I started to think about that in general. And I was like, it would be kind of weird. Wouldn't it be kind of weird if you never met somebody and they came up to you and they're like, hi, I'm Tom and I'm a Pisces? It would be kind of weird, especially because I wasn't a practicing astrologer back then. So it would be kind of weird. So then I was like, what explanation would I have other than I knew him from a past life, but the energy I didn't feel like I knew him. I had a timeline moment and nobody remembered it. What's the explanation? I don't know. Like, why would that information be pertinent and relative to me? Even if it was a telepathic conversation that we had, why would he say that to me? I don't know, you guys. So I think there's timeline shifting that we're kind of aware of. It's more tangible. It's in the physical. But then there's timeline shifting that it's like a weird memory loop, a knowing that I just knew. Yeah. Hi, E. Welcome to the chat. I didn't see you in here yet this morning. Good morning. Yeah. I don't know. So I don't know the answer to the question, and I'm okay not knowing. I think it's kind of a fun story, but also it was very like Everyone just, so when everyone just stops and looks at you like, what? It was that. And I don't have an explanation for that moment in my life other than, did I timeline hop? Did I read his mind? But why would that be the thing he told me? I don't know. You guys, 10,000 followers, 10,000 likes in the conversation this morning, 44 minutes broadcasting. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow, Maribel. Hello, Maka. Welcome to the chat, Carl. Welcome to the chat, Blanca. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. So lastly, we've got 4 minutes before we catch the energetic wave. Lola, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Welcome back. I think I've seen you here before. Hello, Candace. Thank you for the likes. So last thing I want to talk to you guys about is premonitions and dreams. Somebody was asking me about premonitions and dreams. And then the book I was reading, I told you just a minute ago, started talking about premonitions and dreams. So I was like, this is perfect timing. Of course, like everything in my life is perfect timing. Why? Because I have connected myself to my intuition, to my higher self, to my guidance, right? I've opened the energetic channel. I've allowed myself and surrendered myself to be guided and led by God, source, universe, creator, the highest, most intelligent, loving, wise energy that surrounds you, moves through you, is connected to you at all times. And you can do that for yourself too, right? You can do it for yourself too. All right, let's keep going. So this book, he's talking about premonitions, and he's explaining how premonitions come to us in flashes and dreams. I don't really get premonition dreams often. My dreams are more like very concrete channeled messages. However, if you get premonitions, let's hear about it. You want to do that too, Rebecca? Check out the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. Let me make sure. I think it's in my bio. I think I turned it on. I created a course, you guys, that's self-paced. It's videos like this of me teaching you. It guides you through connecting to yourself fully, opening up your channel, activating your chakras, putting them in alignment. And it's really beautiful because it's about 15 to 20 minutes a day at most. And you can actually start really living a more high vibrational, empowered life for yourself. Remember that nobody can do your push-ups for you. I can guide you, but I cannot align you, right? It's your job. I can help you align. I can send you energy and all those things, but ultimately you have to release the resistance. You have to want it for yourself. You are the one who will step into your highest energy, I want to share the story. Friday, you guys, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do my best to share the story on Friday. Unleash Your Manifesting Power course is in my bio. It's the last link. If you use the code POWER, you get 15% off. 15%. So use the code POWER. It'll be like $62. $62 to go into alignment, learn exactly what to do to step into your power. Not a bad deal. All right. So he talks about premonitions. He's talking about them as like a volcano the lava is trying to come up through the cracks. So it's kind of hard for me to articulate exactly how he's saying it, but he's basically saying, and this is in the book, My Big Toe. It's a book about simulation theory by Dr. Thomas Campbell. He believes he's proven that we live in a simulation. So if you're interested, it's called My Big Toe. There are 3 books. This is in book 2. He's saying that our intuition is like lava that's bubbling underneath the surface. And every once in a while, we surrender, we release resistance enough that some of the lava comes through the cracks. Okay. Some of it comes through the cracks in the form of premonition. So premonitions always feel, for most people that have them, that are not used to using their intuition or connected fully to their power, they feel like the premonition is out of nowhere. Where did that come from? How did I know that? But in reality, it's your intuition kind of bubbling under the surface, desiring the connection with you. Hey, higher self, how are you? It's nice to meet you. What are you interested in, soul? What do you really want to do for our life, right? And you build that connection. And then eventually, though, the intuition, even if you're not really practicing connection to your higher self, connection to your intuition, eventually there's going to be a point where the lava gets so strong that it just bursts through, and then boom, premonition. Okay. So that's kind of how he's equating it to lava volcano situation. Now, here's the quote he says around premonitions in dreams. He says, I quote, and I can confirm this because I've been meditating now since my spiritual awakening, before my spiritual awakening, and it is the one way you are going to connect with yourself outside of learning about energy. He says, meditation enables you to enlarge the cracks, right? The cracks that the intuition wants to come through systematically, which eventually leads to the development of broader and more reliable avenues broader and reliable channels for intuitive expression. These channels, in turn, enable you to attain a free-flowing clarity in interpreting and expressing the bigger picture. And so when people ask me like, well, how did I know how to make the right choice? How did I get to this place? How do I move throughout the day without thinking, really, without using a ton of brain power, without exhausting my mental energy? Well, I've opened my avenues, I've opened my energetic channel, and I've connected, and I receive the free flowing clarity, right? My intuition says after this, I'm going to get up and I'm going to make my bed. I'm going to put the dishes away. I'm going to work on a Your Soul's Purpose report for a client. I'm going to work on another email for another client. And then I will either, if some of you buy Your Soul's Purpose report, start working on those, right? To get them flipped over to you quickly, especially if you want that bonus 2 pages before July ends. And if not, then I'll start working on content for TikTok. And I'll do that through around, I would say, 1 o'clock. And then my intuition will tell me, take a break, eat. I'll do that, right? I already know almost through lunch. My intuition will tell me, depending if it's something new or not, my intuition will not go too far ahead because my soul is not desiring to be overwhelmed. My soul is just desiring to be connected and moving toward its desires, its evolution and growth. So the second you start to feel overwhelmed, pull back a little. Let's hold up. Let's just do a couple of things at a time, right? And I know that's how my day will go. And I'll post some TikToks maybe at 4 o'clock. I'll post some TikToks maybe at 7 o'clock. I'll make some more content, perhaps, if I have the energy to do it, depending on how the day kind of progresses. And so when you connect and open those channels, like he says, you attain a free flowing clarity in interpreting and expressing the bigger picture, your soul's desire, what you crave your reality to look like. The thing about energy work is it's very simple. However, it takes consistent effort. And most of us, I would like to release myself from this, but even before, I would say most people, we've been programmed to be impatient because your impatience keeps you disconnected. And isn't it helpful when you're disconnected, because then you don't have time to work on your energy. You don't have a free flowing life. You stay in a lower vibration. So you spend more time watching entertainment, the news, whatever. And so it's a bit of a ploy, right? Let's program them to be wildly impatient, because then your impatience will never want you to go on the spiritual journey, because you'll become too impatient. You'll give up and you'll think it's woo-woo, a waste of time, fake, delulu, delusional, whatever. You got to see the whole circle. You got to see the biggest picture. Yeah, easier to control. Exactly, Charby. Char becoming 100. Welcome to the chat. Yep, exactly. And they can't do everything they want to do if you're awake and you're empowered. And the more people that become empowered, the harder it's going to be, right? Thank you, Rain, for the like. Thank you for the likes, Rebecca. 11.1 thousand likes. I'll take it. 111. What a great number. All right, you guys, that's what I have for you today. We're going to get on the energetic wave. If you're new here, you're going to think this is wild and crazy, but I bet you you'll have the best day ever. And then you'll want to come back tomorrow and do it again with me. All right, so let's get going. We're going to get on the energetic wave. What we're going to do is literally just close our eyes. I'm going to sink my chair down just a little bit so my feet are flat. We're going to close our eyes. I'd like you to think of something you're working on manifesting, whether it's your connection with your higher self, strengthening that connection. Maybe you're manifesting your soul's purpose report and you're ready to get in, joining the Cosmic Collective, maybe a community, a tribe, a new friendship, love, whatever. Pick something. Pick something. And what we're going to do is some affirmations. In the middle, I'm going to say, show me your teethers, smile big, right? Smile, right? Show me your teethers. You're happy because in the middle of those affirmations, your manifestation is on its way to you. And then at the end, we're confirming that it's come to you. All right. So let's live our best lives ever. Close your eyes, deep breath in, release it out of the mouth. Breathing in, letting it go. Releasing this conversation on a Monday morning. Lindsay, come on. Come on. One more deep breath in. And letting it go. Preparing yourself to receive all that you desire and more. Thinking of a manifestation you want to come to you. And repeating out loud after me if you can. I am strong. I can do this. Now show me your teethers. Smile big. I freaking did it. I knew I could do it. I am strong. I can do this. Show me your teeth first. Smile big. I freaking did it. I knew I could do it. Now let's breathe in, pulling the energy from the root up to the crown, breathing in. Expanding your vision out at the crown as far as you can, holding the breath at the top for a second. And on the exhale, bringing the energy and the vision down the chakra system from the crown to your root, where you are quite literally bringing it from the energetic realm into the physical world. Do it one more time, breathing in, pulling the energy up the system to the crown, expanding your vision out. And on the exhale, sinking the energy down the chakra system where it cements into your root. One more time. I'm strong. I can do this. Show me your teeth. You're smiling big. You're happy because you're manifesting your best reality. I freaking did it. I knew I could do it. All right, my friends, you are on the energetic wave with me. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you come back. To all my OGs and my returning viewers, I appreciate you all. You guys, thank you for the stars. Thank you for people that joined my team today. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the newbies that are following me. What am I even trying to say? Thank you for the lightning bolts. You guys are also amazing. E is on the wave. Char becoming 100s, giving me some likes. Who else? Are you guys on the wave? Are you feeling the energy? This is energy you can ride all day long. Remember, come back to it. When you're sinking down into a vibration because somebody said something rude to you, your boss is acting crazy, your kids are going wild, whatever it is, I am strong. I can do this. Smile, show the teethers because you freaking did it and you knew you could do it. All right, ride the wave. Come back tomorrow. We'll do it again. We have more to talk about. I'm going to integrate the energy from this weekend so I can articulate it in a way and share it with you that is powerful for Friday. And we're going to New York City next Monday. All right. So make sure to follow me. I'm taking you to New York. And what else? What else? Get your soul's purpose report. That's not there, but get it. Or join the Cosmic Collective. Your soul's purpose report. Click the link in bio. It's the first link. It will tell you 12 plus pages or so, 12 pages or so around all of your energy. We are doing bonus pages through the end of July for human design. Lastly, if you do want to get into the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course and actually align your energy, start playing the energetic game of life, understanding what the heck that even means, how to feel your energy, all those powerful things, then get into the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. When you click the link in my bio, it's the very last link. And if you use the code POWER, POWER at checkout, you get 15% off. All right. So save yourself some money, accept your abundance in, learn who the heck you are at a soul level because you are way powerful, more powerful than you even know or think likely. And you are meant to do some crazy, amazing things in this lifetime. You are meant to live in abundance, health, wealth, prosperity, joy, love, happiness, all those beautiful things. What was that book again? The book is called My Big Toe by Thomas Campbell. Have a great day, Deborah. E says, hi, my mom this morning. She just looked at me and said, wow. Well, does your mom have TikTok? And if she does, have her follow me. All right, you guys. Enjoy your day. Thank you all for being here as always. 11.7 thousand likes. You guys are making my heart so full. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Oh, this evening, if you want to vibe with me, remember I crochet at 5 p.m. We vibe out. It's a very chill space. If you need to release the day, release your thoughts, release your energy, meet me back here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great day, you guys.